Okay, so welcome back to Polish language, part 3. And in this video, we'll be talking finally about the numbers from 100 to million, even billion, and we'll be talking about basic verbs in the future tense. So let's get started. Personal pronouns. I always forget to remove the animation. You already know them from part 1 and part 2, and if you don't, just go back to them. Okay, so numbers from 100 to 1000. So last time we stopped at 100, which is 100, and we're going to continue. So 101, 101. So for 100, all you have to do is just add the numbers respectively. If you don't know the numbers, go back to previous videos. I've explained the numbers below 100. So 200, 200. It makes sense. Dwie. Dwa becomes dwie because in Polish there's thousands of twos. Like you can say two in many ways. So this is one of them. 200. I will be talking about these details later in other videos. Okay. 300. So 100, 100. So it's changing. But it only changes in these three parts. So only this you have to memorize. Here it's the same. 400. 500. It's easy. Oh, so 4 times, sorry. So it changes 4 times, and always there's a change after 4, beginning from 5. 600, 600. 700, 800, 900, 1000. So these things require for you to memorize them. And I will say again, as I said before, I'm not sure if I said it, these videos might be the hardest to memorize, but once you memorize everything I've said and I told you and remember the tenses and the verbs, it's gonna be really easier because these are like the infrastructures of everything of the language itself, and then on these you can add the information that we'll be talking about in other videos. Okay, so let's repeat these. So we moved from 200, 200, 300, 400, and after 4 we always change to the form. So we say 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, coming to 1000. Okay, so from here we can go to 1 million and even 2 billion, which is miliard. So let's start. 1000, 2000, okay, 3000, 4000. I forgot to mention it, but it doesn't matter because it's the same. So you say 2000, 3000. However, as we said, when you come to 5 and more, you're gonna change. This time it's gonna be 5000, 6000, 6002. For example, here I put this 2 because I wanted to show, like, even if you have 2 in this 6000, it doesn't mean that you're gonna have to say it 1000. But in different situation, we will change it and we will see it here. So just be patient. Okay, so here 12,000. We don't say, even there's a 2, we don't say 12,000 because the last word we said before we say the word 1000 is not 2, it's not 2, it's not 3, it's not 4, so we keep it 1000. However, when we have the word 2, 3, 4 before the word 1000, it automatically becomes 1000. Examples. You have 52,000, 22,000. Here we put 1000 again. Why? Because we have the 2, the 2. And in front of the 2 we put 1000, like simply. Okay, so here 100,000 makes sense, as we said. 103,000, tysiące. Did you see? You have 3 before the word tysiące, so you say tysiące. 1 million, milion. Okay? 2 miliony, 3 miliony, 4 miliony. Notice again, after 4, 5 milionów, 6 milionów, 100 milionów, miliard. Okay, so I know it's complicated. You don't have to know these now. You can just say tysiące for everything, or tysięcy for everything, or tysiąc. You can say 6 tysiąc, and people will understand you when you're speaking. But like, these are the rules, and it will be better if you memorize them, but you don't have to memorize them instantly. They just go, you'll meet them again if you're speaking Polish, or you're living in Poland, or you're working with the Polish language, or whatever. You'll just see them again, and if you see them, I want you to understand why they changed, so you don't get confused and say like, okay, fuck it, I'm not gonna read Polish anymore because I don't understand why they change like this. So I'm just explaining you why they change, and you better know them, because it might not be important, but it might be important for you to know why they change, and that actually there's a rule for them. And it might actually be helpful, and it will be helpful, just knowing that after 4 we change the word coming after it. So anyway, let's go further. The basic verbs. So to be in the present, we went over it in the previous videos. Ja jestem, ty jesteś, I guess you know. Okay, this is the future verb. So the future verb of to be, it's gonna be like this. Ja będę, I will be. Ty będziesz, you will be. On, ona, ono będzie, he will be. My będziemy, wy będziecie. Oni, one będą. So memorize this. This is all about memorizing. Like the first 3 videos, the beginner part, there's a lot of memorizing, but it's not hard. I'm sure that if you go over it once, it's easy. Like, it's just language, it's not rocket science. Okay, the verb to have, this is the present form, this is the past form, as we said. I want you to notice the past form. I'm gonna go talk about the past tense right now, just because I want you to focus on this, the third person in each, the singular and the plural. So you have mieć becomes miał, miała, miało, depending on the sex. Oni, one, mieli, miały. I want you to remember this and to keep it in mind for now, because it's gonna be used in the future tense, which is right now. And we have the first example. Ja będę, as we said before, I will be. Miał or miała. So I will be having. So we have the verb to be in the future, będę, and the verb itself in the past form. So when you join the future form of verb to be with the past form of the third person of the verb itself, it becomes future. I don't know how, it's kind of rocket science maybe, but it's kind of interesting. So it's funny, but it's actually like that. So all you have to do is put the verb to be in the future, you have to memorize them, and to put the third person of the verb in its past tense. So ja będę miał, notice here, on miał, miała. If you're a female, you say ja będę miała, I will be having. If you're a guy, you will say ja będę miał. Let's move to the next one. Ty będziesz, the same, miał, miał, miała. It seems like I'm meowing so much. Okay. On, ona będzie, he will be. This is the verb to be in the future again. Miał, miała, miało. Miało because we have the neutral form. My będziemy, mieli, miały. So here we can go to the previous form of the plural. So you use the third person of the plural to indicate either me or you in the plural form. So my będziemy mieli, we will be having. Wy będziecie mieli, miały. So here, like, these verbs indicate who we're talking about. Is it us or you? However, these are always the third form. Okay, gotta sign my phone, sorry for that. Okay, so oni, one będą mieli, miały. So if we say one będą miały, it means we're talking about females. Wy będziecie mieli, we're talking about male, and so on. I hope you understand. I really hope. So robić, to do, this is the present form. The past form, notice the third person, and the future form. So I will be, ja będę robił, robiła. Będziesz robił, robiła. Będzie robił, robiła. The same. Mówić, to speak. This is the present form, to remember. The past form, you can pause here the video to recollect or remember or go over them. This is the future form, the same. Ja będę, I will be. Ty będziesz, you will be. And you put the third third person in past tense. It's easy, actually. It actually makes sense. You can do it. It's not hard. It's just language. And you can read it. And let's go to examples. Okay, so ja będę lekarzem. I will be a doctor. My będziemy mili. We will be nice. One będą kolorowe. They will be colorful. Ty będziesz miał jeden klucz. You will have one key. Or you'll be having one key. Depends on the context. Co ty będziesz robił? What will you be doing? Or what will you do? Ja będę mówiła po polsku. I will be speaking Polish. Ona będzie miała owoc. She will have a fruit. Oni będą mieli dwa plecaki. They will have two backpacks. Okay, so just one word before I finish. There is another way to represent the future without adding the verb to be. But I'm not going to talk about it right now in this video because it's going to get more complicated if I do, and the last thing I want to do is to get things complicated. This is enough for everybody to speak Polish. Like, you don't have to use other future verbs, because in Polish we have verbs that are already in the future form. So all you have to do is just conjugate them and they're already in the future. You don't have to put I will be in front of them. They're just in the future. So we'll talk about this in another video, but for now this is the basic that you should know. And other than that, I thank you and I hope you understand, and if you don't, you can just leave a comment that I didn't understand or something like that. I can maybe fix the videos or try to move slower, to speak slower, sorry. Yeah, so thank you everybody and see you soon.